What's up, everybody? Let me get my guests on. What's up with everybody, man? Today's gonna be an awesome show. I got my girl Toya coming on. It's gonna be bananas. Give me 1 second while I get on the live. There we go.
Antoine.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. What's goody?
I got that hotel Wi-Fi in the parking lot.
Listen, you and this man on the move, child. You supposed to be
Man,
in
we
the
gotta
house.
stay on. Man, I'm quarantined. I'm inside the truck. Ain't nobody can't mess with me.
That's the same shit I said last weekend. Like you can be
Yeah,
quarantined in your whip.
yeah. As long as I don't get out touching people's hands, and now if I
Yeah.
would have got out and went to the hotel, that'd be something different.
Yeah, business don't stop for us.
Yeah, business don't stop, man. I'm on the go like a cup of coffee. Let me share this stream into a few other groups real quick, because
Okay.
I don't want to do it. See, it's on my phone. Everybody know we're doing Facebook Live now, so
Mm-hmm.
there we go. We good to go. All right, cool. I'm gonna introduce you to everybody. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Antoine Campbell, the REI Giver. It's the Nothing But Nuggets podcast. Today I got a very special guest. I can say a whole government name. I can tell them people Latoya or just Toya.
You can call me what you want, as
I
long as
call
it
you
got
Toya.
something to do with real estate.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you Toya today. So I got my friend Toya on the podcast. She's an expert in her field. She specializes in helping people in problematic situations such as foreclosures and pre-foreclosures, and doing things creative, and just structuring deals to the point that she takes no equity deals and actually make money off it. So hopefully she can drop some gems on us today to talk about what's going on with this coronavirus, especially to the people that might not even be in real estate. Before you think about going to call your bank saying what they can do for you, just think about that balloon payment at the end of whatever you're trying to negotiate. So
Facts.
that's my introduction to you, Toya. Uh, how about you tell everybody who you are, how you got started, and we're push it from there.
Toya Brim. I got started in real estate in 2004, actually. I always say 2005 because that's when I got my license. But in 2004, I fell into real estate. Long story short, and I've probably told this story a couple times, but I don't tell it too often because we still friends. So I don't want her to think I'm telling her business. But I had a friend whose husband ran away with a lady across the street. She was
Oh
like,
my God.
listen, sis, I'm not about to live over here, watch them live happily ever after. I'm packing, moving back to Atlanta with my mother, and I'm done. So I'm like, what you gonna do with your house? She was like, F that house. I don't care about the house. You think I'm about to live across the street from them? I'm like, well, what you gonna do with your house? She said, you want it? I'm like, but I got a house. What I'm about to do with your house? She was like, look, I'm leaving in the morning. She went, gave me a folder. Folder had the deed in it, all the stuff that had to do with her house, her loan. She signed it back up. It was like, I don't know what to do from here. Here you go a bank card. It's like $300 in there. I don't have no more money. I'm gone. So the next morning I wake up, I got a house. Don't have a clue what to do with it. That was my introduction to real estate. Not just real estate, but investing. With the Home
Wow.
Depot, got a sign, put that blicky in the yard. I ain't never lift a finger. I ain't paint, I ain't clean, I ain't carpet, I ain't do nothing. Made a quick 10 off that. Was like, oh, yeah, let me go get a real
So
estate.
you was doing wholesaling before it was even a term.
I listen, my good sis Lisa called it wholesaling. A few years ago, I was like, oh, what's that? Like, teach me. She started talking. I'm like, oh, so that's what I've been doing? Had no clue. No clue. And even for me as an investor, if it was something that I got myself into that I didn't want, I'm looking for somebody who wanted it. Because I look,
Right.
I did too much. You want this, you got more muscle than me. It was a thing before it was a thing. So people who've been in this business We just not term junkies, but it was a thing long time ago.
Right. So let's talk about your career files, like starting off as a realtor and how that slowly transitioned into being an active investor.
So that situation prompted me to get a real estate license because I was like, oh, I'm about to pay her how much? I got the property, plus I found my own buyer and I'm paying her a commission to do what again? I was like, okay, yeah, let me go ahead and go get in a class. Went to Greenbelt, jumped in a real estate class, got my license real quick, and then never came across a deal that sweet again.
Wow.
But I started
Wow.
selling real estate in '05. And so I realized when the market took a turn somewhere around '08, '09, everything that was coming back to the market was a short sale by 2010. So I was like, okay, what I'm supposed to do with this? You owe how much? But that house is only worth X. And you
Right.
telling me I got to figure out what to do with an extra 150,000? What we about to do?
Right.
Ain't no money in that. I was forced to figure out a way to eat because after the market took a downturn, you either wasn't working or you was working foreclosures and short sales. It was no options. So that's what turned me into this problem solving princess, so to speak, because everything I had was a problem. I had to figure this shit
Right.
out. There was no other way.
So like the short sales, like how quickly did you have to adapt to it? Like what does that process look like? If a person going through something right now where maybe they bought a house in Cop Heights for 300,000 and now it might be worth 240,000, but they owe still 300,000. What does that look like to get them out of the trouble?
That is probably the best scenario you could possibly paint because that's like my life right now as we speak with four different people in Capitol Heights, in District Heights, in that little cluster where they sold this pretty house that they
Mhm.
sold to you for a lot. Now that everything is going on, it's back to what Capitol Heights or District Heights used to be, to the bank that is. And
Right.
so they looking like, yeah, we know you owe 300. Run me my 300. Homeowners like, I need to get out of here. I can't even afford the mortgage I have. What do I do? A short sale is essentially you asking your lender to accept less than what you owe. You can't just call and say, "Excuse me, somebody told me my house is worth 250, and I know I owe you three. So can you just take 250?" That's not how they go. You need to
Right.
contact a professional, a realtor, but not just any realtor. Make sure that realtor knows how to work short sales
Mhm.
because it's a whole different animal. There's no sticking a sign in the yard, letting the general public run through your house, and then hopefully you get a contract. A short sale is a very elaborate process and is lender specific. So when you are considering doing a short sale, make sure your professional knows how to work them. In a nutshell, that professional is going to open the lines of communication with your lender and prove to them why they need to accept whatever the short amount is for your loan. It's based on comparables, it's based on condition, it's based on your payment history, it's based on your job. You can't go ask a lender to accept a short sale and you got a second and third house, one in Accokeek, one in Potomac, you got two boats, drive a jag. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
It like literally your affluence and assets are part of this consideration. It's a long, elaborate process, but it's so well worth it because at the end of it, you can still purchase a home. At the end of it, you've likely avoided foreclosure. And at the end of it, you can have a fresh start. It's not like sitting back and letting your house go back to the lender because you can't afford it. So do some research, find a professional, and try. All they can do is say no. Nothing beats a fail but a try. Foreclosure is a great solution, in my opinion.
So what do you suggest a person do once they realize they're in trouble? Maybe the notice of default letter haven't even hit yet. Maybe they know for a fact that they can't even see paying their rent past next month. What do you suggest they start doing to prepare for whatever financial apocalypse coming their way?
The first thing I would say do is get on your lender's website and learn what your options are. Some lenders offer forbearance. Some lenders offer loan modifications. Some lenders offer lender specific programs that are like niche to their lending rules and regulations. Find out what your options are. Because if you don't know what your options are, you don't necessarily know where to go. Every lender has um, those type of sites where they have a page for people who are in financial trouble. Every single lender.
Right. So the forbearance, right? Let's talk about that because everybody just throwing this word around. I haven't even really heard. I knew about it, but I haven't really looked into details until this Corona thing hit. And man, from my understanding, what I've seen and the research I've done, man, it's like it's like bleeding yourself slowly. Eventually, you're gonna die, but it's just bleeding yourself slowly. Can you explain to
Yep.
people the pros and cons, or why they shouldn't do forbearance, whatever that word means?
So let me break forbearance down in layman's terms.
Okay.
A forbearance. Think. Sorry, somebody call me. I meant to put my phone on do not disturb. Leave me alone. A forbearance is think about your student loans.
Okay.
When you get out of college, they give you the option to put your loans in forbearance until you what? Get on your feet.
Right.
When you get on your feet, so to speak, whatever this amount of time is for the forbearance, when it opens up, you're then responsible for the balance that you initially had. In a
Right.
forbearance, interest does not stop accruing. However, you don't accrue late fees. So to equate that to a mortgage, it's essentially your lender saying, okay, due to COVID-19 or whatever this tragic situation is, I'm going to grant you a forbearance on your loan. You're currently behind 3 months. I'm going to take those 3 month payments, 3 months worth of payments, put them on the back of your loan. And then when your forbearance period is over, I'm going to either call them due or make you pay all the interest that's accrued on the payments that are put on the back of your loan. So it's really
Right.
a band aid. It's not a solution. You still owe the money, it's still accrued interest. And the only thing that you've basically done was buy yourself time, which I'm not talking against because in this business, in the foreclosure business, you need to buy time. So that's the benefit to it. But for people who are considering putting their loans in forbearance, make sure you're coming up with a plan. Because when the clock stops and it's time to take that loan out of forbearance, what are you going to do? You still owe the money.
Right. Right. So from an investor standpoint, right? Today's the first. I usually see a lot of people posting rents due, but I don't think
Oh
people
God,
within that,
answer. Could you hear me?
Yeah, I get you. You perfect. I get you. So I was saying from an investor perspective, because I know you got a portfolio. Um, people that's on the fence about, hey man, I don't know if my tenant going to pay that this month, or I don't even know if I have enough liquidity in the bank to sort of kind of like weather this storm. What do you suggest? Like if me just starting out, right? I have no rental properties, but I do want to start holding properties. Matter of fact, you helped me dump a property that I was gonna keep as a rental property, but like we just talked about Capitol Heights, it just don't make sense right now to hold anything in Capitol Heights. What do you suggest someone like me or someone that's still motivated and want to be an investor, a long-term bound home investor,
Antoine, I don't
do?
know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you no more.
Give me
It
one
won't let us
second.
be great.
Hey, hold on. Can you hear me now?
I can't hear. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Yeah, log out, log back in. Probably because when they called you. Mm. Hold on. There we go.
I'm like,
Can you hear me?
why won't let us be great?
You can hear me though?
I can hear you now.
Cool. So I was saying basically, there's a lot of people on here that watches me, that follow me, that has aspirations to eventually one day be an investor. What
Mm-hmm.
do you suggest for somebody like me and people that's watching, when they first start buying properties, as far as like how much liquidity to kind of keep in the bank, the type of loans you should set up, and the type of tenants you should screen.
Well, my My advice personally is I feel like everybody should start super small, start
Right.
super slow, and make sure you educate yourself for what type of investment you actually want to make. When you making investments, you have to know the market you're investing in, because one good season is not enough to jump in the market and start buying property. Real estate has ebbs and flows. You may have a zip code that boom out the box for a whole year straight, and then the next year does absolutely nothing. So, in the scope of researching the market you're going to get into, make sure you project 4 to 5 years out and see what that market has looked like over a period of time. Because that's the number one mistake people make. They look at comparables, they see a year's worth of sales, and be like, oh shit, moving over there. It's moving. I'm about to buy a property. Mm-mm. It was a good year, but the
Right.
3 years before, ain't shit happened.
Right.
So do your research, start small, educate yourself on the type of loans you take it out, make sure you understand the terms, and make sure you have a mentor, somebody who can like pull your coattail and be like, okay, you're a little happy. We're not doing that. That's easy for me. I say go right in the middle of the ghetto and be like, ooh, let's get that. Ooh, that's a good deal. Ooh, I ran the comps, I did the
That
numbers, and
that
she be
that's
like,
LaShawn for me.
she be like,
Man,
sis,
she
what
stopped me
we
from
doing?
doing some crazy stuff.
Yes, you need that person because we get happy. You see numbers and you get excited about it, and sometimes the time is not right. Don't mean it's not a good investment, but the time is just not necessarily right. So go
So so so
slow.
so speaking of like accountability partners slash mentors, how essential is it that you think, anybody, no matter new or older, to have someone that truly has your best interest at heart?
It's hard for me to say essential because I've never had a mentor, believe it or not. Um, I taught myself. I grind, made a bunch of fucking mistakes, figured it out, and now recently, probably starting in 2018 up to now, I started socializing myself more in groups that have same and common interests. So if you're not going to go grab a mentor, you have to educate yourself and you have to fact check the shit you reading, because the internet is a big colossal ball of mistruths and great information. So if you're not good at teaching yourself, you need to get a mentor. Somebody has to put the lines between what's fact and fiction. Um,
Right.
I think it's more about education than an actual mentor. However, you can get the education, get it.
Cool. So what do you see, your investment strategies for the next 12 months? Like, what are some things that you plan on doing, given that this virus kind of like put the whole country to its knees in less than 2 weeks?
What, and that's the thing. I hate to sound insensitive about it, but I'm over here like, look, waiting. I'm waiting for somebody to get discouraged or give up, because that's when I swoon in on the territory. For me, real estate is about smart business, helping people and making investments. I'm never going to stop. I'm bringing 2 properties to the market this week and watch me sell them. I'm going to buy an investment in 30 days and watch me flip that too. You literally need to strategize. And for me, my strategy is going to be buy and hold everything that I can get dirt cheap that need minimal work.
Right.
That's it. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it is. If it's dirt cheap, either if it's in an area I know I'm not gonna be able to move it, then that's gonna be a rental. If I got to hotel it, wholesale it, whatever it is, if I can make damn $500 on a purchase, I'm a buy it and turn it over. It's really just about maneuvering strategically. And there are going to be a lot of people who are going to need my help. And from me giving help, I plan on getting a shit ton of referrals for people who are looking for a way out. I'm offering them a way out and I'm building business at the same time. Don't get no better
So,
than that.
so let's talk about the way out. Like, so what are some things that you actually specialize in? You ain't read a book about it, you ain't heard about it, but you actually do that nobody can't touch you on. You feel like, hey man, come see me, I got you.
Listen, You already know. Can't nobody touch me with these short sale, pre-foreclosure, about the
I'm
auction.
here.
We Hail Mary at the courthouse steps, pulling property off the chopping block. Like, nope, nope, we got that one. And the glory of it all is not to obtain the property. The glory of it all is to get that tight ass squeeze from the homeowner that got a little bit more time to stay.
Right.
Seriously, like I feel like because of trial and error, I've become really, really good at talking to lenders, negotiating with lenders, helping people find ways out when otherwise they couldn't. Now, I'm not no miracle worker, and I'm always talking about these Hail Marys, but all the stories don't end that way. We get people who call us, and you know for a fact, a week before auction or 2 days before the auction. It's just not enough time to sometime package what I can offer to the lender for them to stop the sale. But
Right.
that's become what I'm known for. That's become what I'm really good at. And I get so much gratification and helping people and doing good business.
Right. So let's talk a little bit more about you know, the newbies, right? People
Mm-hmm.
that's new, right? And I get so many people that reach out to me like, "Hey, bro, you think this a deal?" And I'm like, "Brother, it's not a deal, but you need to get somebody on your team that can kind of like make that a deal." And they be confused at me, like, talk about what could a newbie do to work with someone like you.
What could a newbie do to work with someone like me?
I mean, like, think about it. Like,
Newbies be
everybody,
driving me crazy, and I ain't gonna lie.
man. But I'm saying somebody got to help them, right? Like,
I know,
uh,
I know, I
they
know,
they
I
they
know.
they got a lot of inventory held hostage, even because they don't know what they're doing, or because they got bad advice from someone on right here on Facebook.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. All jokes aside, everybody was new at some point.
Right,
Everybody started at a place that was called first time new, just getting started. I understand. The one thing I will say is please understand the business first. At least I've had people call me and ask me what an ARV is, but trying to partner with me on a deal. I'm like, huh? What? Like that's the quickest way to get blocked from my phone. You understand the understand what it is you're trying to do first. Understand the market, understand what investment strategy you're trying to do. Think through what it is you're calling someone like you or myself about. Because if you don't know why you're calling, I can't tell you why you're calling. I can't even offer you help because you don't know what you need help doing.
right,
So at the very least, educate yourself on what it is you want to do or what it is you think you should be doing with an investment. After that, we good. We can talk. But listen, I'm
right.
gonna tell you, I keep getting in trouble. Nisi told me in 2020 I need to start monetizing my time. I spend 3-4 hours on phone calls and they be free. And then I'm playing scramble trying to catch up with
You
my
you
own stuff.
you need to develop a process. Like
Go
I
ahead and do
used
that
to
for
be the
me.
same. I used to be the same exact way, man. I used to like literally talk to anybody, everybody for hours at
It,
a time. And
it's
then
it's
I realized, no disrespect to anyone, but this is the God honest truth. I realized that 80% of people I talk to are not even serious.
not
They
even
don't even
serious.
want to even do the advice I'm giving them. Like I'm not asking them for no money. I'm not asking for anything. I'm like, hey, do this and do that, and they still want you to hold your hand for that. And I'm like, that's why it's only a small percentage of people in this business that actually do the business and do it
Yeah,
successfully
yeah.
because they're disciplined enough to know that hey, I need to figure this out on your own. You
Facts.
on my own. You get what I'm saying? So like so many people reach out to me, hey bro, let's JV, let's JV. It's this fancy word now, let's JV. And what I take from let's JV, man, I'm lazy as fuck. I don't want to do the work, but I'm just trying to make some money from it. That's what I take from
Or
JV.
or I don't know what I'm doing, but I still want bread.
Right,
Like you want me to do all the work and you want to call it a joint venture. I just can't, like I'm at the point in my career that I just can't be unproductive. So it's not even really about being up here and they're here. It's nothing like that. It's just I have to monetize my time. I have to be strategic and I have to be productive. Being busy and being productive is two different things. And I'm not here to be busy. I'm here to be
It
productive.
definitely is. I've been saying that for years. Stop being fake busy and actually do
Stop being
something.
fake busy, because
You know,
busy don't get bags. Productive do
put,
though. So that's what
put,
I'm
put,
trying to
and,
be.
and so like let's talk about that. Like people think that participation equals doing the work. Like,
Mm.
okay, just by you being watching this Facebook Live, in your head, you think you're doing the business. Just by you commenting on somebody's accomplishment, in your head, you think you're a part of the business. Let's talk about like what can some people do right now out the gate to really get to the next level. As far as like, I'm brand new, I want to crush it. Maybe I'm starting off in Northwest DC or Southeast DC. What are some things they can do out the gate to kind of like generate some leads?
For investing purposes,
Yeah, for real estate investment purposes.
hop in your whip with your gloves and the mask if it make you feel better. Get you an old school ass tablet. Stop trying to be fancy with the apps and the software because you're not smart enough yet in real estate. Get you a pad and a pen. Get in your car. Stop at the gas station. Fill up and drive every single neighborhood in your zip code. And if you don't know every single neighborhood in your zip code, then you already behind the eight ball.
Right, right,
Drive every single neighborhood in your zip code. And when you drive, you're looking for abandoned, distressed, vacant houses. I don't care if it's a house vacant with a post in the yard as if it was on the market. If ain't no rider or no sign on it, maybe it's off the market now. Still write it down. You need to look for high grass, stacked up mail, busted windows, boarded up windows, doors off the hinges, any sign that there's a property that is distressed. You write the address down, and when you get back home, do it immediately because I be trifling with it, be having to pay with leads for a week, and then go try to do some digging and half the shit already locked up. I ain't
right.
gonna lie. Go back home and start researching to find out who the owner is. It's a ton of systems. I prefer you use Antoine's to skip trace to find who the owner is of these properties and start getting on the phone. You literally just spent gas money.
So many people I talk to, like, cause we got a VA company, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
they say, hey man, so we do investigations on people. They don't even realize we in the background investigating their complaints. And we've realized that most people say my VA not doing a good job or my VA not working at its highest level or I'm not doing deals. And we realize that they're not even calling the leads back that the VA give them. Like let's talk about the importance of overcoming the fearfulness of being on the telephone.
This is it's a really big problem, and I really hate that fear is the thing that stops people from being productive and making a call. I always say this: you have to put in your mind that you're coming from a place of service. Once you
Right,
change your mentality and get cocky with the shit, the fear is out the window. I'm gonna tell you, I don't like cold calling because I'm impatient. Like the ringing, the voicemails, I'm just impatient. Like if you ain't picking up in the first few calls I make, I'm asking somebody else to do it. I got shit to do. When you get on the phone, you have to remember you're offering these people a solution. You're
right,
offering these people a way out. Stop coming from a place of give me, I want to sell, I'm trying to get, I need a deal. If you change that energy, it will get 10 times easier. I promise you. Put in your mind, these people need you. You don't need them. When you hang the phone up, they still got a fucking problem. You good.
right.
You just trying to work. So when I'm cold calling people, I'm not hasty and salesy. And I do cold call people. I'm like, hey, I noticed your property was, in pre foreclosure. I'm not sure what your situation is, and I actually do not even care. I just want to offer you a way out. I ain't never
Wow.
mentioned names.
That's hey, say that one more time, man. Cause
I never even mentioned your house. So your
right,
dispense that you had when you picked the phone up is gone because I didn't mention your house.
right.
Hey, my name's Toya Brim. I looked at public records. This is what I do all day, every day. I see your house is in pre-foreclosure, and I'm just trying to offer you a way out.
And right
What you
then and there,
need?
you got their attention.
Yeah, what
That
you
go
need?
against that script right there goes against everything that I ever seen in my life. And I seen about 100
Listen,
scripts.
And I might change that because I don't even use scripts. I just talk from the heart. I'm calling because I want to offer you a way out. Well, how can you help me? How can you? There's a ton of ways I can help you. Tell me how you need my help. However you need it, I'm gonna give it to you. What you need. And most of the time, well, the lender trying to say I ain't paid you. I believe that. I work with that lender on a regular basis, and they're famous for doing exactly what you just said they did. Let me call them for you. You want to call them on three-way? Who are you? Who you work for? What's your company? And I give them a quick little security blanket. I can text you my business card right now so that you know who you're talking to, know who you're dealing with. That way, I've opened up a second line of communication. I'm getting
Right.
you to call your lender while we on the phone right then and there. And I'm showing you that I know what I'm doing. I'm professional and I can likely get you results. How you gonna hang up? How you gonna cuss me out? Most people feel like they gonna get cussed out. The homeowner know they trying to take their property, blah, blah, blah. Take all that out your mind. You calling to help them. If they don't want your help, okay, keep it pushing. Next. Don't be
So
don't be
so
so thirsty for a deal.
so basically, what I'm hearing from you, right, is you saying fuck the transactional bullshit that was taught. You need to be more personal and intimate, and like showing that you care.
Same
That's what
thing
you're
I
saying.
said. Same thing I said at your meet and greet. Stop being a salesperson. Stop worrying about your pocket. Stop. Get out of the property business and get in the people business. It's a huge difference. My business has been 100% referral based since 1998, and that's when I was doing property management. When I got into real estate, I marketed the first 3 years. Since 2009, I've been 100% referral based. And what you see on social media, I ain't paid for no flyers. I ain't paid for no sites, no nothing. Seriously, people,
That's bananas.
people.
I'm a product of referrals and word of mouth. Like my first business, I built a crazy business. I don't even want to talk about how much it was, but I built a crazy business strictly on word of mouth. My VA
Yeah,
company strictly on word of mouth, and people don't understand when you put yourself out there as the solution and a problem solver, to their needs, their direct needs right then there. Customers and clients gonna come. You're gonna have so many
facts,
customers you don't even know what to do with it. So I
facts,
agree with it.
facts,
I agree.
100%. I mean, and it may or may not work for some people. To me, you really have to feel that. You really have to believe that. People can gauge energy. And if you faking and you phony because you're trying to get the deal, a lot of people can sense that. You have to
Yeah.
really want to help people.
Right.
The business will come. The other shit will come. And a lot of people also shy away from my niche because it's hard and because you're not going to win everyone. There's no sure settlement and closing date doing what I do. You got to be in
Right.
it to help people because the days that come that you lose, you got to be okay with the shit. So another reason why I like my niche is because a lot of y'all investors ain't messing with it.
Right.
Y'all don't want no parts.
That takes work, and honestly, that's why we start working with you directly and start just sending you all of our deals that we lock up. That
Yeah.
we like, hey, fuck it. Ain't no point in trying to reinvent the wheel when we got amazing Toya right here that
Hey,
can help us. So if anybody wanted to they maybe they got a deal, maybe it makes sense for you and the seller. Are you open to working with people, helping them get these deals to the finish line?
absolutely. Absolutely. It's a couple ways we can work. One,
Okay.
if the property is super far gone and the person owes, when I say super far gone, I mean there's a foreclosure date scheduled. You like, shit, I don't know if there's nothing I can do about it. It's a lost cause. No, it's not. Call me. If that person, the homeowner, owes way more than you know you could wholesale that property for,
Right.
call me because my strategy is proven. And even if we don't win, I can stall us at least 3-4 weeks. And my track record over the last 15 years, I've probably lost six, most recently one of y'all's, six total in 15 years. So it's
Yeah,
more
I found out
records.
about it. I was a little disappointed, not from me making money, but
Yeah.
I ain't want to mess up your track record by me bringing my bullshit
Oh
to you.
no,
So
it's not about a track record. It's just about the work. The work is how hard did we work to make it happen. I even got a call from the lender, And the lender said, I would love to work with you. Even though we don't do short sales, contact me directly and let me know the situation. That was a win.
Right.
This is Caliber home loans. Like, we ain't doing no short sales. For him to say, call me directly, whatever the situation is, if you can bring me a deal like this a little sooner, let's work. And that's
Right.
the investor of the mortgage company. That's a plus. Like, that's major strides in doing what we do.
Even for me, like we got a gift for being able to pull the data, recognize who's in this problem. But for the last 2 years, everybody that we worked with, as realtors and short seller negotiators, they were straight trash. But like when I stumbled across you last year, I said, man, we got to figure out a way to work together because literally I can like just blow my business up on this side of the business because nobody in PG County, DC can really move these properties at the way you moving them. So I said, shit, let's open this up and let's get a dedicated person to just send you all these leads and hopefully whatever you close, you close.
I appreciate it. We gonna make it happen one or two ways. Like I said, if we can't wholesale it and get them to stump the foreclosure, we gonna throw it on the market and tie it up in a short sale. I have my own short sale negotiation company that I work directly with. We have a very personal relationship. They work round the clock for me. They know that I'm going to keep them eating, and they work really hard to help homeowners. They literally don't want me to like put their information out there because I think they're trying to develop like a one-on-one relationship. But you know me, I'm scared of payroll. I ain't trying to add nobody to the payroll. She don't manage well. she
Right.
she can't
I'm
be
the same way.
responsible for nobody. But we can make it happen for sure. And listen, if we don't make it happen, you gonna learn along the way, or you'll know I gave it everything I have. That's for sure.
Now this live going from DC all the way out to Cali. Far that's how big the people that follow me, right?
We doing it
What
everywhere.
what what areas do that's what I'm about to get to. What areas do you cover? Because I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people right here. Nisi, get your ass in the comments and drop your email and number. There's a bunch of people right here that needs your help. I know about 5 investors on top of my head that got deals that don't make sense that they sent to me that I said, shit, let me, you know, get Toya on the show so people know who she is.
Yeah.
And for you to stop hiding in the back cave. The same thing I told Chris Jefferson, man. Stop hiding in the back cave. Get your ass out here and let people know your greatness, right? There's so
I
many
do
good
be
people.
hiding.
Yeah,
I do
it's
be
so many
hiding.
good people in this business that actually do the business every day and they're hiding. And you guys need to come out of hiding to wash out all the fake people.
I
So
know.
these newbies won't get burned. So definitely, Nisi, if you I can't see the comments, but drop it in the comments. I'm assuming you guys cover everywhere. But
We do.
I definitely want all of my investor friends to be able to have a solution on their team that if someone has little to no equity, you still can make it work. Just reach out to Toya and her team, and they'll figure out a way to make it work.
You still can make it work, even if it's working off a small commission. You get to help a homeowner. You get to put the money for the efforts back in your pocket and move on to the next thing. We help anybody everywhere. I have 4 or 5 DMs from people in Texas. I think it's a girl in Florida, somebody in Atlanta. I've been able to develop a very strong network of realtors, investors, and title companies all over. So I can virtual wholesale property. Antoine, you do that really well. We
Yep,
we we can move property on the investment front wherever. The thing is, if you think about it, your lender is likely not in your state anyway. So it doesn't
exactly.
matter where you are for me to help you. A default is a default is a default.
Right.
So, however you can best reach me, either email Toya Brim.srg, that's Sam Roger George at Gmail. That's my quickest email address because I can see that from all my devices. Or you can call me. I know I'm gonna regret this later. Nisi probably gonna kill me, but 240.
I'm about to say, well, let's hold on
I'm
to the
putting
number.
on
Let's
there.
get you. You sure?
I'm
Let's get you a little dummy number,
no,
and you
this
can
is
turn it
this
off
is
and turn
it.
it on.
This is it. This about to be the dummy number
I'm
starting
about to say, look,
Friday.
I just bought this right because I can't keep giving out my real number.
No, this the dummy number because I've had this number since '96.
Damn.
So you already know with my number being on signs and
All right.
billboards,
If somebody Google it, they're gonna find it.
then got 7 calls in the last 10 minutes. So this is the dummy number. This is for people who need my help. Your questions and stuff, text me, email me, that's better. But for people who need my help, 240-441-2430. Again, it's 240-441-2430. If you need my help, if you're behind in your mortgage, if you feel like you're going to be behind in your mortgage, if you're an investor who feel like they made a bad investment or feel like the market is in the way and you can't move your property, text me, call me. I'm gonna do my very, very best to try and help you. But don't take advantage, because then you're gonna be talking about me on social media when I cuss you out for calling me, asking me some stupid shit.
And
Like, what's
fellas,
ARV?
this not your chance to shoot your shot either. Let me
I'm
tell
gonna
you.
blast you because y'all keep on trying me. Look, I do want a husband in 2020, but I do not want him this way. Okay, so do not take
Okay.
my number off marketing and call me and act like we knew each other. Crazy.
Ooh. So
Y'all
listen,
is crazy.
man, you talking in the background, but I do think we gotta come together and put out some more content, like some content where people can really gobble it up. So many people out here. The first thing I see on Facebook right now, we're gonna wrap it up in about 5 minutes. But the first thing I see on Facebook is, oh, active subject to it. Oh, ask for auto finance. I'm like, bro, do you even got any money in the bank? Do you even have any cash to even like pay the people payments? If you can't afford to pay you barely can afford to pay your rent, why are you gonna take over somebody else's rent?
Why
So
you
like
gonna take over somebody else's?
I think man, you gotta come together and put out some hot and fresh 2020 content. None of that old shit.
Listen, me and Nisi were talking about doing a podcast ourselves, something
And that's dope.
dedicated, a specific day. But I'm gonna keep it, but we can't do it without you and without Corey and your team, because I be all over the place. And Nisi get frustrated with me when I don't sit still. So we need somebody to facilitate this. Let's partner. Let's do it. Let's get information out to the masses. Everything you have going on is amazing. People look up to you. You're the first person in the DMV to go on this big scale in terms of being the REI giver. I feel like what I have to offer is beneficial, not just for investors and people in our business, but for
Oh,
people who really need the help. So
yeah,
if you down, I'm down. Let's do it. It got to be on some evening shit though, because I need a
yeah.
shot and some pizza and like be real loose with it. Nothing all super formal. Something I could
You said
pop.
pizza? What kind of pizza?
Okay, I mean, if we put now piece of facts like on the one, I like Litos, I love Boston's, I love
Lido
Rizz
good.
Rocks. Litos the shit.
Yeah.
That's my favorite food. So with
The
wine and
supreme one with the
pizza,
bacon and shit on it, man, that shit delicious.
ooh, that's why you know me.
I forgot. Oh yeah, you did say come New Year's, you clean up
I like
everything.
poultry though. Here and there I get chicken, like grilled chicken Caesar salad. But no, we like spinach and anchovy.
Oh my god, anchovies! I never even had anchovies before.
Okay, listen, y'all. So y'all hear him saying we gonna do the podcast. That's what you say, Antoine.
Man, we gonna work together. We doing the whole shebang.
We're gonna do the podcast. We're gonna have topics. We're gonna have guests. I'm gonna co-host with you, and I'm gonna educate myself all along the way so I can give a bunch of free advice to the masses. That's better than one phone call at a time. I'll do it
Right.
like that, but not these onesie twosies.
Nah, I give out one free phone call per person who buy my VA mastery course, but effectively May 1st, I'm not doing it no more. I'm mentally exhausted. It's too
It's
much.
hard.
Uh,
It's
yeah,
really
it's a
hard.
lot. So effectively May 1st. This is the first time I ever said it publicly. Effectively May 1st, no more one-on-one phone calls. Everybody who signed up for the course that month, they can get on a group phone call and answer whatever questions for a whole hour.
That's facts. That's the productive in it. That's way
Yeah,
more productive. And I feel the same way. Let's
yeah.
structure some stuff. Maybe when all this COVID-19 stuff is over, we can hold some workshops and like really get people going. I would love to see more investors in our market, but serious investors, not investors who are muddy in the water and making homeowners hate to talk to us. You have to know what to say, when to say
Right.
it, how to be compassionate, and you have to be educated. Stop playing yourself calling these people with no real plan, no real education. It's so whack.
Right. You just any advice I go, stop locking up deals with uncertainty. Make sure when you lock up a deal, you have a plan before you lock up a deal, because that's the reason why the wholesaling industry is being about to be regulated by the government, because
Yep.
so many people have been left like left at the closing table, days away from foreclosure,
Yep.
days away from losing it all,
And
because
then they call
ignorant
me.
of you watch a few videos and thinking that, hey, I know what the fuck I'm doing, when you really don't know what you're doing.
You really don't. And it's no disrespect, but it's really
So,
real. It's really real.
right, right. So we already talked about how to reach you. We got that in the comments. Is there any like closing words you want to tell anybody, or any words of encouragement, or anything, or any announcements you got going on that you want to lead the people with?
I just want to say, fact check everything you listening to. I don't care who's saying it, from your president to your coworker to your mama. Fact check it. That's why we have the internet. Please do not lose your faith. Meditate, focus, journal. The property that you work so hard to purchase may be salvageable. I get so many people to my inbox who have given up. Do not give up. Life is just what it is. It's going to be obstacles in it, but you have to do the work. Faith without works is dead. Find a plan
Hey,
if you're in a bad situation. If you want to be an investor, put in the work. This shit is sexy, but it's not easy. Stop listening to people who don't know what they're talking about. Fact check everything you hear. Believe none of what you hear. Everybody who's in this business, like Antoine and myself, we're here for you, but you got to show up for yourself first. So don't think that I don't want to help. Don't think that I'm not trying to be there for the next investor to make it, because I am, but I can't be there for you if you're not for yourself. Find me on social media, Toya Brim on Instagram, on Facebook. I don't
Man, I
have
look for your
Twitter.
Instagram. I ain't see you on Instagram. You must have got me blocked or something.
What? No, I'm on Instagram. It's at underscore
I tried tagging the post
Toya
earlier. I couldn't
B.
find you.
No, I'm on there at underscore Toya B
Oh shit.
underscore. Is
I
that what?
don't know. I just
Huh?
typed in Toya Brown. I said shit. She ain't popping up. It was some girl from fucking Georgia. I like Toya ain't from no Georgia.
Ooh, she tried it. No, I should pop up. Okay, that
She
means I'm
ain't
gonna
even
have
have her
to.
head down. I said that can't be Toya.
You it can look. Listen, can't be
Listen,
me.
you got to switch it up. You got to do like what Chris Jefferson did. You got to call yourself the real Toya Brim, or Toya
Okay.
Brim official,
Okay. I gotta get better. I gotta get better with social
or
media.
closing
Anybody
girl,
out
or
there want to
something.
help me with
We
my
gonna talk
social
offline. We
media?
got you,
I need help because I don't be giving
man.
it
We got
enough
you.
attention.
We
Yeah,
We
let's
got you. We're
do
gonna talk offline. I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but
it. Okay.
I'm gonna close it out. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Once
No
again, you always come
problem.
through for me. I owe you a million favors. I
No,
owe you a
you
million favors
don't.
to the second power.
No, you don't.
There is going to be some cool content coming out. There's going to be some content from Toya. We're going to get behind her and her investor. I'm going to get her to the forefront. I'm going to focus less on me and focus on people that I trust and I like, and bring them to the forefront to help them lead the way with this content stuff. That
That's
being
how
said,
big your heart
sacrifice now,
is.
both forever. Listen, it ain't about me. When I start getting popular, whatever you want to call it, I don't care about this attention shit. I just care about putting people on, putting people in position of power, and sowing my seeds. And one day I come for my harvest. So, but right now, I'm just focused on helping as many people as possible, especially everybody out here that's new in real estate investing. I wanted to make sure they get the most proper education as possible, and that's why I do this nothing but nugget show. Literally, I tell my guests, if you ain't coming on telling, and I ask you questions, you don't want to answer them, don't even come on, because we appreciate you, and we're gonna be sending you a drip. I don't know when drip gonna be. I don't want to predict the future. I don't know what's going on with this virus, so I just chose to shut my mouth. But as of right now, we looking at probably around September. I might be cocky and do it on my birthday, September 29th. I gotta see what day that fall on, but
That'll be dope.
we're gonna push it to September for as of right now. I want to push it to September.
Sound like a plan. We ain't going
But
nowhere.
yeah, but it's gonna be an amazing event. We're gonna add extra 5 more speakers. If Toy even know anybody that's trustworthy, get on the stage. Swing their name past me. And we're gonna add an extra day to the event. So anybody already bought a ticket, your ticket is good. You can bring your old ticket. Anybody that's wanting new tickets, we're not selling new tickets until we get a confirmed date and until the government lift this, you know, 10 feet rule and only a little bit of people can hang around each other rule away. So I appreciate you guys, man. I love everybody. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. Tomorrow I'll be back for a double treat. We'll be back with nothing but nuggets with Burton from Propstream. We're going to be talking about data. We're going to be talking about software, and we're going to be talking about the best list you should be pulling. And one of the lists you should be pulling is pre-foreclosures, like Toya talked about. That's an awesome list. But get behind somebody like her that's going to show you the ropes really soon. She's going to bring out some content. It's going to teach you some things. So when you talking about doing it with certainty. So catch you guys later. Thank you so much, Toya. Call me after this call. I got something to tell you. Appreciate y'all.
Okay.